Hey, welcome back, everybody. How you guys doing? Um, what a night it was in the NBA last night. Didn't do too well on Draftkings. Cashed everywhere on Fanduel fantasy. What else did I do? Missed a ticket. Jaylen Brown couldn't give me 21 points. Couldn't understand that. It's a new day. So like and subscribe if you like this video. Shout out to all my subscribers. I can't thank you guys enough. We got 6 games today on tap, so I'm excited for that. If you guys don't like the slate and shit like that, don't dive off into it. Whether you're playing, whether you're on the books or you're playing fantasy, just don't tread lightly. If you don't like the slate and you don't like what's going on, just live to fight another day. Prize Picks. If you don't know about Prize Picks, it's a fantasy site. You can bet over under. For instance, I took since there are only a few cards out right now on the board, I took Nikola Vucevic and who else did I just take? I took Nikola Vucevic and Julius Randle for on a power play, and that paid me two. I took the over on these guys. They use FanDuel scoring, and this is a fantasy score. I took the over on those 2 guys and a power play, so I have to get both of them correct to get 3 times my money. You can go all the way up to 5 picks for 10 times your money, and flex play. Say for instance, if I go 5 picks, and this is an example, and I take the over on each one of these, it automatically turns to a flex play, as to where 5 picks to pay you 10 times your money back, 4 correct picks to pay you 2 times, and you'll get 0.4 times your money back, which means you'll get some of your money back if you get 5 of them correct. If you was to do 4 picks, then you have the option to do a power play. Between 2, 3, and 4 picks, you can do a power play, which a power play means you have to get each and every pick correct, and you always have the option to do a flex play, which means you have to get 3 out of 4. You can get 4 out of 4 or 3 out of 4 correct. So get them all correct under the flex play guidelines. You get 5 times your money back, and 3 correct picks pays you 1.5 times. So, and they do have single stats as far as points, rebounds, and assists. So you can take the over under on those 2. So I have my promo code will be in the description, as to where you use my promo code, they'll match your deposit up to $100. No slow drip. You just get it right then and there, and enjoy. Especially if you can't play the books, you could be able to parlay up a few things here and there. So that's something to look at. Minimum deposit is $20. So now we have that out the way. On to this. Remember, guys, you gotta have Twitter. Make sure you have Twitter so you can be up to date with all the news and the injuries and everything throughout the day. Let's get it started. First game on the docket, we have Dallas and Philadelphia. Steph Curry missed the last game due to, and what was it? I don't even know. I don't even know why it was all of a sudden though. But yeah, he's probable for this game. Keep an eye out on the injury news for Kristaps Porzingis. He's questionable. It's right along with Maxi Kleber. He's questionable as well. Last game in the absence of Kleber and Porzingis, I believe. Let me see. James Johnson got the start. Hardaway came off the bench. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But Anyway, we got Luka Doncic here at the top at 10-9. He's definitely a decent play. Like I say, keep an eye out for the injury news with Kristaps Porzingis. But I don't know if I'll be able to get there at 10K. I like the matchup. The matchup is okay. He's almost matchup proof. You know what I'm saying? Wonderful game last game against Boston. He took them out. So those two late threes down the stretch, he put up 60 fantasy points. So, he can put up fantasy points with the best. He's always a triple-double threat. So that's something to keep in mind. Over here on DraftKings, they do give you the double-double and triple-double bonus. But, 11K, you might be able to find other options. Like I say, watch out for Porzingis news. Tim Hardaway, he's pretty much scoring dependent. What you see, his peripherals, he has really, really low peripherals. So, if you're banking on sports betting or betting on his rebounds and assists and shit like that, I'd probably pump my brakes on that. He's somebody who shoots a lot of threes, you know what I'm saying? 8, 7, 11, he played 25 minutes. That's the last game, had 21 fantasy points. Just as, like I said, he's real scoring dependent. So keep that in mind. Josh Richardson, he's been playing all right as of late. Really disappointing. I thought he'd be playing better basketball over here, especially on the side of Luka Doncic. Getting all the minutes, getting a fair amount of minutes. Usage is okay, but I just think he would have been better over here, but he's not showing the upside that we really like. You know what I'm saying? But he's priced for it. Jalen Brunson, he's the one who's been playing okay as of late. Fantasy-wise, 22, 19, 11 fantasy points. He's been doing a good job. You know what I'm saying? His price has been hovering around the 4K mark for the duration, and a cheaper option, he's gonna shoot. He's gonna take his shots. He's gonna shoot a decent amount of threes each and every game. Few assists, fewer rebounds, but he can put the ball in the basket. He's probably been playing better than Jason Richardson. You know what I'm saying? So if you feel like going that way, I don't mind it. Dorian Finney-Smith, he just sits out there, and the last 2 games he ain't done shit. 0 points, 4 points. Just come on, bro. 35, upwards of 35 minutes a game, sometimes damn near 40, and you're just out there doing nothing. I mean, he's a low usage type of guy. Okay, I get that. You know what I'm saying? But, you got to do a little better in that points category. We'll see, though. Maybe a little rust past. They have, a little rusty. They have been. All of them minutes, you should be able to shake the rust off. But, it is what it is. I lost some money on his ass, too. And with this center situation over here in Dallas, like Willie Cauley-Stein, he didn't start last game, but I think he played the bulk of the minutes. And they're gonna need some help over here, going up against Embiid. So they got guys like Willie Cauley-Stein. They have guys like Dwight Powell. I don't know which one I would really get to, if I had to get to one of them. And, I probably won't be getting to neither one of them, but they probably could give you some value. Like Dwight Powell, I went to him last game against Boston, but he only ended up playing 11 minutes, man, so that really hurt. Boban, if you ever catch Boban's site, and he can put up fantasy points in a hurry. He's a big-time fantasy point per minute type of guy. Just gets right in there and give you 13 minutes against Boston, 21 fantasy points. 19 minutes against Houston, 31 fantasy points. He's just, 6 minutes against Golden State, 11 and a half fantasy points. So, he's a big-time fantasy point per minute type of guy. Would I go there? No, probably not. Would he see some run? He might see some run. But on the Dallas side of things, on Philly side of things, Philly, they always like to play up to their competition. So don't count Dallas out. I'll tell you that right now. Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, they are the usual suspects. I don't mind either one of these guys. Joel Embiid is in a good spot, but Ben Simmons, he's been playing some good basketball as of late. I'd imagine, he'd probably have to match up with Luka. That'll be something to see. Uh, they have some similarities in certain categories, but, Luka is clearly the better player. Tobias Harris does a lot of the dirty work. The usage is there for him. 8K, you'll get him at 8K on Fanduel. You'll get Tobias Harris for, you know what, he might be at this power forward slot too. Let me see. On Fanduel, you get Tobias Harris for the same price. 8,100 over here, 8K over there. Like I said, the usage is there. I probably could get to other guys on this slate who I think that might be a little cheaper. We'll just have to see when we get there. And then Seth Curry he should be back. Another guy, he's pretty much shot dependent. He does have a good 3-point shot on him. But at 5,400, I just it's other pay down options. Moving over to Orlando and Brooklyn. Aaron Gordon and Kevin Durant still out. Cole Anthony, keep an eye out on Jeff Green's status. He did not play last game. TLC. And Shamit is sporting a Q tag. So, usual suspects, really. Start off on Orlando side of things. We all know the motto, Bigs versus Brooklyn. It is what it is. Fire up those bigs versus Brooklyn. But we got a hefty price tag in for Jokic. For Vucevic. He's coming in at 10K. We all know he could smash that 10K price tag, given the matchup. Last time these two teams played, I think he gave them about a 65 or a 70. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere up in that range. The usage is there. We love that. I don't mind the play, man. Straight up. 22, 27, 23, 24 shot attempts in his last 4. The sky's the limit right here for Vucevic. Evan Fournier. Here's another guy. He's been stepping his peripheral game up, especially the assists. He's probably a little bit, he's going to be pricey at 6,800. Nice matchup, though. There's plenty of points to be scored in this one. You all know that. Like to see him get a little more shot attempts. But, he had somewhat of a disappointing game at 24 fantasy points against Detroit. But before that, he dropped 2 47s and a couple 30s. So he doesn't need 35 to hit 5 times value. If you want to fire him up, it is what it is. Points, props, and stuff like that on the books. It's the scoring is there. 3-pointers. He does take and make his 3-point shots at a decent clip. So I don't mind the play. Terrace Ross, he's been playing all right, 40 fantasy points here, 27, 13, the points, his attempts has been in a nice range and the minutes has been there as well. So shout out to him on what he's been doing. Would I be able to get to him? Yes, I could get to him in this spot. Guys that put up points, I love him in this spot against Brooklyn. So I don't mind him. On Fanduel, what is his price on Fanduel? Because we need to do some prices. He's 6,200 on Fanduel, and you'll get Fournier for 7K on Fanduel, man. Interesting plays, man, to get some a piece of this action. James Ennis, and even cheaper options, he's getting the minutes. His usage is low, so I just don't know about that. Okiki's been taking minutes from. He's been playing a decent amount of minutes. At 3,700, if you want to get a cheaper price, you can look there. He's been taking minutes from Birch. And then you got Al-Farouq Amino back. His minutes is creeping up in his last couple games he's been played. He went from 5 minutes to 12 minutes to 13 minutes to 19 minutes to 22 minutes. So at 3,500 and on FanDuel, you'll probably get him for about 3,800 or something like that. What is his price? 3,700. Going up against Brooklyn, if he happens to get 25 minutes, low usage player as of right now, he can do a little bit of anything. He can rebound and he can do a little bit of anything. Give you some defense and all that. Could be a steal if you catch him, because you have to watch his minutes. His minutes are going up on his own. You can tell how much they want him to be productive and how much they want to get him in the lineup. His minutes are going up gradually. So keep that in mind. And that's about it. I just wanted to point out a few things from that game. Sacramento and New York, a juicy matchup, up-paced matchup for New York as they play at the Snail's place. Injuries, Mitchell Robinson's still out. Keep an eye out on Nerlens Noel. Elfrid Payton is doubtful. Hassan Whiteside has been ruled out for this one already. So, Julius Randle, we're gonna start off on the Knicks. Julius Randle, he's in play. I don't know if I'll be able to get there on this slate because of the other players on this slate. But do I mind the play? I don't mind the play. The usage is there. He's almost more often than not a lock for a double-double. Like I say, the matchup is juicy. He takes and makes the three, at a fairly decent clip, especially as of late. Shot attempts, he can go anywhere from 15 to 20 and above 20. Does a little bit of everything in the rebound and assist category. I don't have to go into convulsion about Julius Randle. You guys know the deal. R.J. Barrett with possibly no Elfrid Payton. He might get a few more shots, but you will probably get somebody like Derrick Rose or quickly to get the start. So that could probably hurt his shot attempts as well. But he's only a tournament option for me. But the matchup is juicy at 5,500, though. I'll tell you that. Derrick Rose, I'd imagine he might get the start at 4,600. You'll probably get Derrick Rose. What's his price over here? 5,700. So you'll get him at 1,100 cheaper on DraftKings, and that's where I'll look to him at. He's a savvy veteran. We know what he can do at 4,600 and given 25, 30 minutes. Quickly is another guy who can come in. He can put points up quickly. The minutes haven't been there for him lately, but he might crack that 20-minute threshold. And in 20 minutes, you see what he can do. 28, 31, 21, 16, 13, 21. So, in 20 minutes, he can give you a decent output on that tight price tag. And Nerlens Noel is in a decent spot. I like Nerlens Noel at this price tag at what is it? What's his price tag? 4,800. Only center eligible on FanDuel. You can get Nerlens Noel at power forward. So he's 5,400. Game time decision. Whatever the case may be with that, keep an eye out on that. And that looks like just about it. In the event that Nerlens Noel doesn't play, you can look at Taj Gibson, 3,200, close to the bare minimum. He played 24 minutes and gave you 22 fantasy points this last game. 8 points, 8 rebounds. He's a veteran. He knows how to play the game of basketball. So, on the Sacramento side, Fox, Halliburton, Burley Hill, Barnes, Richaun Holmes, and Bagley. These guys are the usual suspects. They're right here all in a row. Hassan Whiteside will be out, so I'm looking at a guy like Richaun Holmes, 5,700 on DraftKings. Last game he put up, he had played 26 minutes, put up 38 fantasy points. They want this guy to be great. He did that against Brooklyn. Like I always say, bigs against Brooklyn. They smash. So anyway, on FanDuel, you'll get him for what price tag would you get him for? 6,400. So you'll get him for 700 more on FanDuel. But like I say, going up against that New York front court, I don't mind the play. Harrison Barnes came right back into the thick of things after missing 8 days. He played 37 minutes, so he's okay. But I don't know if I'll be able to get there. And then De'Aaron Fox, if I had to choose anybody, it'd probably be De'Aaron Fox and Richaun Holmes. I just can't get to anybody else. Moving on along, but even though Halliburton is a pretty nice play, they want him to be great as well. This looks like Buddy Hield's replacement. 40 minutes, 35 minutes, 33 minutes, against Brooklyn, nothing but 52 fantasy points in 40 minutes, 9 for 20 from the field, 9 assists, against Milwaukee, 48 fantasy points. And, he's the rook. You know what I'm saying? He's going out there balling, but what can we expect this from? I just don't like the pace of play here for New York. They play at a snail's pace. But, it is what it is. You'll get Halliburton for $7,500. God damn, his price is skyrocketing. Moving on over to the Clippers in Memphis. I'm going to start off with Dillon Brooks. He might be back this game. We have to keep an eye on that. And then everything else looks like a go. On the Memphis side, on the Clippers side of things, Kawhi and Paul George, that's the only thing I'd probably be looking at over here, man. The Lou Wills and the Morrises and, all of them and Batums and shit. I just can't do it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even going that route. So it's looking like just them two, for me, even if I get to them. Paul George has 30 points in back-to-back games. Since he's been back, he's been playing okay, 30 points in 2 of the last 3 games. Gets a juicy matchup. If you want to go there, might be low on. Quite sure it will be low on. 200 point difference between Fanduel and Draftkings at 86 and 8,800. Kawhi Leonard coming in at 9,300. That's just Kawhi doing Kawhi things. You know what I'm saying? Just going out there, being him. He's been balling. 9,300 on DraftKings. On FanDuel, you'll get him for 9,700. Both sites under 10K. And, I just can't get to anybody else. On the Ja Morant, on the Memphis side of things, it's just like the same story. If I'm picking anybody from over here, it's going to be Ja Morant or Jonas Valanciunas. It's just that plain and simple. Even though I don't like the matchup, I don't even like the damn game. I just have no interest in this one. I might just skip right over this one. You guys got any interest in this? Get at me in the comments. Washington and Denver. Looks like Davis Bertans sporting a Q tag. And the usual suspects for these teams are still out. So these teams just played maybe a week or two ago. Jokic. I remember Jokic had about 60 fantasy points in that one. So he's in a great spot here. Don't mind the play. Jamal Murray, great spot for him as well. Don't mind the play. The usage is going to these guys. You can see the usage from Jamal Murray. 18 shot attempts, 20 shot attempts, 25 attempts, 25 attempts. What can you say, man? At 8K, 8,400, for that type of usage, and the guy at 8,300 on FanDuel for that type of usage, and he gave them that last game against Washington, he gave them a 60. So, this is one of those games, man, especially when you like same game parlays and stuff like that, along with that Brooklyn game, this Washington game, these up-tempo games, a lot of points and rebounds to be, had and shit like that. So player props and stuff like that can definitely be valuable. Michael Porter Jr., he's sitting at 6K. The menace is there. Attempts, we'd like to see his attempts be up. Last 2 games, he didn't take that many shot attempts, and that's concerning. Want to see at least a double shots Double-digit shot attempts from him. I imagine he's priced similarly on Fanduel. So what's his price? 5,700. So you'll get him for 300 cheaper. Don't mind the play. Will Barton. Will Barton has a beautiful price tag at 5,100, getting a decent amount of minutes. He didn't play that last game against Washington, so that's something to keep in mind. Monte Morris, he's been getting minutes as well. He's just a decent bag up point guard, man. So can't complain with if you got a bag up point guard like Monte Morris. Last 2 games has been okay for him at 4,800. I probably won't be able to get there though. And that's about it. Campazzo, he's been getting minutes. He's been getting minutes, and been doing well. With his minutes, he's been at 4,200. He's been hitting 5 times value. He's been hitting value every game. So a cheaper option if you want to throw a shot at him. On the Washington side, Westbrook under 10K, Bradley Beal under 10K. Some good buy low options. Some good priced options. You know what I'm saying? These guys. Russell Westbrook had a low triple-double last time these two teams played. We know who Russell is, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, prop betting and sports betting and stuff like that, same game parlays, this team is in play. There's a few players in play for this one, and you can rack them up. 45 fantasy points for Beal last time these two teams played. So we know the usage monsters from these teams are going to be Jamal Murray, Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook, and Nikola Jokic. And then last but not least, last person I want to talk about is Rui. The minutes have been ramped up for Rui. So 36, 37, 37, 29, 37, the minutes are there for him. I wish he would, stay in the double-digit shot attempt category, at least 15. We know Rui, he can be productive. Last year, he got up to close to 7 or 8K at times, you know what I'm saying? But, his usage is down with Westbrook over there, somebody, if you've been the props on the books, you know what I'm saying, something like that, probably be around that 10, 12 point range for his point prop, you know what I'm saying, just does a little bit of everything. And then for the bigs over here, I just don't know what to expect. Between Robin Lopez, Maurice Wagner, and Alex Len, I just don't know who to pick. I don't mind picking bigs against Jokic, they tend to get a couple extra rebounds and shit like that. But the minutes has been up and down for these guys, like Lopez, 17, 30, 28, 27. Last, it's like he hasn't been started, but coming in playing the bulk of the minutes. Wagner, he played 25 minutes last game. I guess they left him out there because he was having a good game. He had 21, 7, and 5. So I just don't know which way to go, Finishing out, rounding this out with the last game of the slate. A lot to like about this game right here. It's just screens points. Drew Holiday sporting a Q tag, but he's doubtful. And then Bobby Portis, he's probable. So. Outside of that, everything is a go. So these teams just played a few weeks ago, if not last week, a few weeks ago, and it was fantasy goodness. The total, what was the score to that game? That score was 126 to 131. Now, as of right now, in the absence of, let me just talk about ABC. You already know he's good to go. Middleton, hey, go ahead. You can go ahead and fire Middleton up. Last time these two teams played, he had 16, 8, and 8. You know what I'm saying? But, for 42 fantasy points, He didn't take that many shots. He only took 6 shots last time these two teams played. But let's look for him to be a little bit more aggressive in the absence of, because I know Drew Holiday played that last game. So let's look for him to be a little bit aggressive. 8,200, I don't know, though. And then, the DiVincenzo, Pat Connaughton, DJ Augustines, and, DJ Augustine is an interesting play, though. He's a savvy veteran. He knows how to play the game. He comes in. His minutes has been ramped up as of late. You get him for 4,100. I think you'll get him on Fanduel for about how much is he on Fanduel? 3,900. If you want to save some salary, somebody who can hit value at their price. You can look towards him. Pat Connaughton, he's getting the minutes, 27, 28. He's getting minutes, doing all right with the minutes. At 4,200, and DiVincenzo just kind of like stuck in that middling part of the. I just he's 5K. I might as well play DiVincenzo or one of the other guys, but. This game as a whole, then you got guys like Brent Forbes who comes in and shoot the shot. He shoots. He's getting minutes as well. He shoots the three. He makes a few threes each game. So, he doesn't do much outside the shoot, but, that's something to keep in mind. Brook Lopez, I next to never play him. I just can't get there. I don't give a fuck what he does. So it is what it is. It's going to be a juicy game because they got some guys that's going to be able to put up some points here. On the New Orleans side of things, the usual suspects in Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, and Zonzo Ball, especially, these guys will play. It'll be interesting to see who's going to be guarding who. Aggressive guards against Milwaukee, I like. Bigs against Milwaukee, good rebounding bigs against Milwaukee, I really like. I always say that. You guys know that. You just got Lopez out there at the 3-point line acting like he's a fucking, he don't want to get down there and get rebounds. Last time these two teams played, if I'm not mistaken, Steven Adams had 20 rebounds. So the rebound situation is there. But Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson, these guys had themselves a game last time these two teams met. I think both of these guys went for at least 28 real points, so that's something to look at. Zion Williamson has been balling. He's been balling as of late. Look at the points, and the usage. And he's ultra efficient. His field goal percentages through the roof in his last 5-10 games, man. Just for the whole season, man. He's just very efficient with his shot selection, and he's just been balling. So I don't mind the play. Good luck with trying to guard him. Brandon Ingram. Last time these two teams played, he shot 15 times. He had 28 real points, but his usage is there: 18, 22, 20. 12, 13, 19. He's going to take the necessary amount of shots he needs to. Lonzo Ball, 6,300. I mean, given in this matchup, he's in play. Last time these two teams played, he had 27 real points and 47 fantasy points. Does a little bit of everything, He contributes in each and every category. So, And last but not least, I'll touch on Josh Hart and Eric Bledsoe. So yesterday, Josh Hart is in play at any given time. You know what I'm saying? He, at 5K though, his price has risen. Yesterday was 4,900. On FanDuel, you'll probably get him a little cheaper, and that's probably where it's a little bit better. No, he's not. So his role has been increased with it. It's increased over some time, and he flies under the radar quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? A good rebounding guard. A 10, 9, 6. guard forward. You know, he's a guard forward hybrid, you know. But like I said, 10, 9, 6. The guy can rebound, you know what I'm saying? He had 17 rebound game, 13 against Sacramento. Last time these two teams played, he had 5 rebounds and 5 assists. So he does a little bit of this and that, you know what I'm saying? So in an up-paced matchup like this, where the total, it could go over the total, somebody that you could probably look at. Eric Bledsoe, I haven't been looking his way, You know he's been playing. This is his old team. Last time these two teams played, he had 38 fantasy points. He had 25 real points. But chances are, I mean, at 4,800, you know, given the matchup, I probably don't mind to play at tournaments, man. So, you know, that'll just about do it for this video, man. Like and subscribe, man. You know, with that being said, I'm out of here, guys. Peace.